What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the PHEANOO P27. It is a 120 watt Bluetooth, HDMI, optical, USB, and auxiliary connectable 2.1 channel soundbar with subwoofer audio system. The soundbar measures in at 76 by 78 by 860 millimeters, which is roughly 3 inch by 3 inch by 34 inches. The front and top has a contoured one-piece metal grille cover. The drivers are facing the front, and they are the two 2.75 inch treble drivers. There's also an LED light display in the center. It has a couple of rubber non-slip footing on the bottom, and in the rear we have the input ports. There's an HDMI TV ARC port, an optical port, an auxiliary port. There's also an SW out to connect to the subwoofer, and the AC power cable. There are attachments to mount it to a wall, and on the right side we have the power on off and the physical volume up and down controls, as well as a USB input port. The subwoofer measures in at 115 by 420 by 250 millimeters, which is 4.5 inches by 16.5 inches by 9.8 inches. It is made out of 3.75 inch thick compressed wood panels and has one 5.25 inch 60 watt 45 hertz ultra bass driver on the right side. In the front we have the subwoofer bass reflex tube. On the rear we have the 8-foot speaker wires with a DC connector to connect to the SW port on the sound bar. On the bottom we have 4 non-slip rubber footing. In the accessory box we have the user manual and the setup guide, and 2 more boxes. In the small box is where we find the remote control, and in the large box there's a pair of gloves. Now, I'm not sure what the gloves are for, probably to minimize fingerprints while setting up the soundbar. Couple of rectangular sticky foam pads with circular cutouts. We have the audio auxiliary cables, the HDMI ARC cables, the optical audio cables, and a mounting template for the soundbar and some mounting hardware. Now, taking a look at the remote control, we have the power push button on and off switch. We have the mute button, and we have the pair button. Now, it already comes paired to the soundbar, but if it does get unpaired, simply push the pair button down for 2 seconds to re-pair. There is an input source selection button, and you got the volume up and volume down. We have the previous and the next, which will work while in the Bluetooth mode and the USB modes. There is a combination play, pause, and reset button, and we have the music, the movie, the news, and the 3D preset equalizer buttons. We have the treble up and down and the bass up and down control buttons. It will take 2 AAA size batteries, and the batteries are not included. To power on, plug in the AC cable to a power outlet. Connect the subwoofer. The soundbar will work without the subwoofer, but the subwoofer will not work without the soundbar. Connect the audio source, whether it'll be to the HDMI ARC port, the optical port, the auxiliary port, USB input port, or simply connect a Bluetooth device such as your phone. Press the power button to power up. It'll go into the BT mode or the Bluetooth mode by default and auto-connect to the latest device it was connected to via Bluetooth. Short pressing of the power button scrolls through the input sources. We have the optical, HDMI, the auxiliary, and back to the Bluetooth input mode. If there is a USB input device, such as a memory stick or a data stick, it will auto-detect and show up as US for USB on the LED display. You can also use a 3.5mm audio cable and connect to any headphone jack equipped device, such as a laptop, your phone, or even an iPod Nano. Here I have it connected to an iPad. You can now use the remote control to adjust the volume, as well as the volume controls on the device itself. You can also pause, but long pressing on the pause resets the speaker to factory default. It will reset the volume to 10, treble and bass back to 0, and the equalizer back to the music mode. You can change the preset equalizer setting from music, movie, news, and 3D. You can also adjust the treble and bass. So as you can see, you can easily set this speaker system up in the backyard or anywhere else for a party, for example, as long as it is plugged into an AC outlet. It also has Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect your phone or any other device with up to Bluetooth 5 as the audio source without any auxiliary cables. First, put the soundbar to BT mode for Bluetooth mode. Go to the Bluetooth section of your device and look for P27 and connect. In the Bluetooth mode, you are able to use the remote control to navigate through the tracks and have full audio control functions, and also use the device itself. You can also play back audio from a USB source, such as a memory stick or a USB adapter to a micro SD card. Once plugged in, it will automatically detect and select the USB mode, and the LED will show up as US for USB device. You can now use the remote control to navigate through the tracks and have full audio control functions as well. Hooking it up to a TV is just as easy. You can use the HDMI ARC port, the audio out port, or the optical out port on your TV. If your TV has an ARC HDMI port, you can use the provided HDMI cable and plug one end to the ARC HDMI port on the TV and the other end to the HDMI port on the soundbar. The provided HDMI cable is 5 feet in length. You may have to adjust the audio settings on your TV to the digital input or Dolby sound mode or however your TV needs to be configured. Check the user manual for the TV. Another way is to use the audio cable that are also provided. White is the left channel and the red is for the right channel. The final way is to use the digital optical cable. Connect one end to the optical port on the TV and the other end to the optical port on the sound bar. The optical cable is 4.5 feet in length. You may also have to go to the audio settings on your TV and select the appropriate setup. Usually it is the same as the HDMI setting. The PHEANOO P27 soundbar system will provide a much improved sound due to the subwoofer, which provides a deeper bass sound for a wider dynamic range and feel more like you are in a movie theater. With movie theaters closed due to the pandemic, it is a nice addition to your home movie watching experience to upgrade the sound system to enjoy the full spectrum of the movie experience. So whether you are having a party, watching the news, or having a movie night, or simply enjoying some music, the PHEANOO P27 can easily meet your needs and it'll set up easily as well. So that'll do it for this video review of the PHEANOO P27, the 2.1 channel soundbar with subwoofer system. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day and we'll see you again next time.